This is a little demo of a project camera I've been working on for a while. The Indigo Systems Phoenix. It's a mid-wave infrared camera with a relatively high resolution and potentially frame rate. And it needs a bunch of different pieces put together to work, plus a whole bunch of software which has been very difficult to find. First, just a show of what it is. This is actually the S-video capture that you're seeing now. And what's nice about it is that it's got this automatic gain mode, so you can come in and out quite easily. I've also managed to get video capture, digital video capture working, and there it is. And I have just recently got the actual control available. So this is FSWin that comes with the ThermoVision SDK, and you can see it's actually talking to it, and this was a pain to get working. This is how I'm capturing the digital video. I'll turn this one off. And this is Coyote, which is from Playora. And the hardware setup for this is complicated. You have the camera head, which you're working with now. Then that connects via a kind of complicated umbilical connector to the imaging of electronics. In this case, the RTIE box, but you can use a DTS or a DAS, which is like a full computer system with a frame grabber card. And then from there, because nothing seems to like to interface directly with the RTIE, at least nothing in the relatively recent software, you need to connect up to a Playora PT1000 iPort module. In this case, to talk to the RTIE, it needs to be the RS422 variant, and it needs a special cable for that. Mess all around. To get it to finally work with FSWin here, which has been the project the last few days, I actually had to make a hardware baud rate converter, because even though the baud rate of the RTIE is 19,200, and while the Playora module works fine at 19,200, apparently when it opens the connection at FSWin, it defaults to 9,600, and then they can't talk to each other. So yeah, that's been fantastic to do. But aside from making cables and now currently running it rigged up with a kind of funny Arduino setup, it's actually working. I have very limited control over what I can do with it. FSWin doesn't actually give you a lot of image controls. You can change, let's see if I can, yeah, you can see, you can get some, and you see gain and pixel replacement settings that are not switching back on now, which is great. But not a whole lot of control. There it is. Alright, there they are. They caught back up. I haven't been able to get automatic gain on the digital video yet, but since it's part of the SDK, at least theoretically I can write all my own software and try to figure that stuff out. Still a work in progress. Going back to the auto gain that you get from here though, like you get quite a bit of detail. It's a 640 by 512 detector, so that kind of helps on its own. And you can see pretty fine gradations, even with the default settings, even with the fixed, I think it's 1 millisecond exposure right now. You can see pretty fine gradations and things. But part of the nice thing about the auto gain in this is that if I get out of the region of interest, which is right in the center of the frame, it's very easy to see hot air. Which is just fascinating. I don't think I've seen that on any of the long-wave infrared cameras that I've worked on. So, work in progress, but it's finally connecting things. It's finally starting to work.